Hey there, traders. How are we all? So it's the 2nd of July, and now we're well and truly into the second half of 2019. I've got quite a number of projects underway, and my traveling for the year, I think it's done. So I'm going to stay in Sydney and be working through all of my projects. So I wanted to give you a bit of a heads up of everything that I'm working on and also ask for your help. Basically, the help is in regards to the content that you would like me to put up. So here's what I'm working on right now. So as promised over a year ago now, I'm halfway through the second part of the fundamental series, right? So this is covering all of the major economic data that gets released, and so it's going to be quite in depth. So every single time there is a data release, you'll know exactly how that was calculated and how that impacts on the markets, or how that will impact on the currency pair and the trades that you take. That's really going to help you become a far better trader than just relying on technicals. There's another a separate project that I'm working on, which is summarizing now for you guys all of the major economies around the world. So when we talk about specific currencies, right? So for example, the Aussie dollar. If you know what makes up that economy, you'll have a better idea of how the currency will react in relation to other currencies based off um, what the economy will do. So, say for instance, you understand that Australia is largely an export economy, right? So when we then say there's a trade war happening, um, say for instance there's a trade war happening with the US and Africa, Australia won't be affected so much because Africa is not a major trading partner to Australia. Whereas right now, because China is a major trading partner and the US and China are at loggerheads, it is affecting the Australian dollar quite significantly. So this is going to address that in particular. And when you have a better idea of what makes up the major economies around the world, you'll have a far better grasp of not just trading currencies, but a far better grasp of commodities and also stocks. Okay, so that's going to have both a written component to it and also a very in-depth video component to it. Next, so you guys would have seen that connectwithshiva.com has been under maintenance. So what I've basically done, I've moved servers, and then whilst doing that, I wanted to get rid of all the old design, and it's basically it's just been a site with download links. What I'm doing with it now is something that we discussed much earlier, which is I want to transform this into a knowledge base. Right now, I have a list of probably about 40 articles. I've written about 15 of them. What I want from you guys in particular to do with this is, say, for instance, with your lives right now at this very moment, everything from trading related to money generation to knowledge that you'd like to have in regards to finance, anything economic, trading related, whether it be commodities, whether it be equities, and also business related advice. If you've got specific topics, specific areas that you'd like me to write about in depth, could you please either shoot me an email? So email address for those of you that don't have it is avihs, which is just shiver backwards dot krishnan, krishnan at gmail.com. Please shoot me an email and let me know what these questions would be that you need answered. And also, could you just post below this video? So for those of you that are reading through the comments and see specific questions that you'd also like answered, could you just either like that comment, or just post below it and just say you'd like that information as well. If I get enough people wanting the same thing, then I'd also create YouTube videos around that. Otherwise, I will just put that into article format, and so connectwithshiva.com will eventually become a knowledge base everything related to finance, economic, trading, business, stocks, just making money. Um, for those of you that don't know, my whole career has been around being an advisor. I was a financial advisor, a trader, a legal advisor, and also a business advisor, right? So I've got some really in-depth knowledge in regards to running all sizes of business, from small business to medium tier, and even larger corporations. Everything from um, setting up structures to marketing to lead generation to what each of the individual positions within a company would do and how they'd contribute to that company. So eventually, I was consulting specifically in these areas whilst I was still a financial advisor. So um, I'm not going to be offering this as advice because, as you guys know, I no longer operate as a licensed advisor. I just kind of trade and do stuff for myself. But what I will do within article format is share all of that knowledge in regards to those specific questions. So if you are doing any of these things that is leading you to money generation, ask me these very specific questions there, and what I'll do is I'll take them and develop an article around that. So that will become part of the knowledge base. The goal is by probably October or so. I want to have about 120 articles on connectwithshiva.com. The other thing that I wanted to ask you guys in regards to connectwithshiva.com. So I have been tossing up an idea. It I know I've mentioned to you guys that I don't like the idea of any of you being on forums and discussing trading related stuff on forums, because my experience has been that is detrimental to your growth in regards to trading. However, whilst I am working on connectwithshiva.com right now, um, there is the possibility that I can actually put in a simple forum whereby you guys can help each other recognize trade setups, possibly share screenshots, maybe just kind of help each other. But I don't want it to become a place where one's trying to show off, where someone comes in and either negates someone else from trading or starts selling strategies and promoting crap. And so I don't want that to happen. But and so for that reason, I'm thinking it's going to be a limited capacity forum whereby it'll just be specific currency pairs and currencies and commodities that if you've got something to share, you'd go in there and you'd type it and you'd learn from each other. Um, it's not a forum that I want to be a real active part of. But the question is, would you guys want me to put that into the website so that you guys could interact with each other and learn from each other and share your ideas and stuff. And this is largely coming from, there's a gentleman, you probably have seen his post, Steve Austin, that does post in the comment section a lot of what he's seeing in the sites. And he does not trade the 15-minute chart. He's more of a weekly, daily chart trader. And that's fantastic. That's what I'd like many of you to start doing as well, if you can. So could you also respond to me in regards to that? Do you want that? If you do, let me know, and I will definitely put that onto the site. I've kind of added it to the site right now, but I'm not sure if I want it on there because there are a lot of haters out there. There are a lot of pricks out there that I receive communication from on a regular basis, and these are idiots that will um, negate everyone else from being successful with trading. So please let me know in regards to that. The last part is, by far the majority of you that get in touch with me, it's always more to do with spiritual issues than it is trading related. And so individually I've interacted with so many of you and I've shared different techniques and ideas and such. So what's happening now also is that I'm in the process of creating a whole heap of articles around everything from astral traveling to lucid dreaming to clearing your subconscious mind, clearing your aura, to being able to see auras and opening the third eye and kundalini energies and subliminals, and how to change various areas of your lives, from your relationships to wealth generation to healing your body. There's now I've got about 4 people that I've helped worked with to cure cancer for themselves, their various types of cancer, and it's as simple as changing your diet, changing your mindset, alkalizing the body, this sort of stuff, right? So disclaimer, guys, I'm not a doctor, and legally I can't say these things, but it is possible to be able to do it. Everything from mudras, hand gestures, to meditation techniques, things like that that I've already shared with you. And also, excuse me, that last video that I put up, that's the new technology in evoking wealth. So I'm actually now in the process of creating a full explanation and a method that you guys could use around that. I'm gonna put that on a because it's just the number of videos and written articles that kind of combine the technique. That I'm gonna put that up hopefully by the end of this month, end of July, onto Udemy, and you guys will get complete free access to that. So it's going to run you through the process of how to utilize this, and I'm also going to share with you the actual words to evoke the energies of wealth, right? So completely free of charge for you guys. So I'm doing all of that. If there's anything else, specific questions that you would like to have me address in regards to spirituality, please ask me those questions as well in the comment section, or shoot me an email. And in the next 3 months, we'll have all of this eventuate. All right, I think that's it for now. Um, if anything else comes to mind, guys, just shoot me an email and post a message. Okay, thank you.